Welcome back. It's June 1936. We're dealing with a goddamn decadent king here in the Kingdom of Romania. We're trying to sort our politics out before our industry. So we've got to deal with this king, goddammit. The king throws a lavish party. Despite being vetted by the king himself, the official coverage of the recent feast at the royal palace has caused great public dissent. Pictures of the king's mistress in an expensive French evening gown and detailed descriptions of the 7-course meal eaten from the golden palaces have further inflamed the population, who are suffering from the after effects of the Great Depression. The king demands that we make a public statement of support at once. So the king can be allowed another supplementary budget. So again, we take another hit to consumer factories. Well, the king's private matters are not the government's concern. Again, I don't think we can afford to lose political power, so the king just got to do what he's got to do. And it's rather relatively calm right now in the world. I mean, we have got a civil war popping off in Spain. Looks like the nationalists are just flushing out the Republicans in the north. In Bilbao. And they're now closing in on Madrid. I need to get Barcelona up here as well. Maybe Valencia. Most of the time, the nationalists tend to win. Anything can happen though. We can actually have a look to see if anyone... so the Germans sent 2 divisions of volunteers. Italy sent a division. And the Soviet Union only sent 1 division as well. They probably could have sent more, but being stingy today. It's got another technology to research now. So, you probably want to go ahead and get support weapons 1. Automatic weapons are becoming more portable. Submachine guns have already proven effective, and the development of handheld support weapons must continue. So this is a bit of an outdated tech. It's from 1918. So we definitely need to pick this up, I think. Make sure we got LMGs, machine gun nests, all that. We need to fortify borders. Good defensive weapons. Okay, so we have our national focus is complete, and so does the Russians. Leadership purges in the Soviet Union. Uncertainty has long reigned in the Soviet Union. While details are scarce, there have been a series of secret trials in the highest level, and both generals and ministers have disappeared from public eye. The natural assumption is that some great conspiracy has been uncovered within the Great Communist Party, but no official statement has been made. In addition, the diplomatic reports we have access to indicate that evidence presented at these trials has been far from indisputable. Whatever has been happening, the structures of the Soviet High Command have changed irrevocably. The Soviet Command has suffered greatly. So, basically what the Russians do, the old Soviet Union, is Stalin is highly paranoid of any of his enemies, so he decided to start rooting who he thought out were all his enemies, much to the dispute of history. We have finished instituting a royal dictatorship. Now obviously look, we've said this, he's a bit of a decadent king at the minute. Okay? He's not filling the job properly. He's causing us all sorts of problems and hassle, so we need to get rid of it. So I think we could do King Michael's coup. No, we can't. We have to be at war or having more than 25% world tension. The current government is bringing Romania to ruin. A firm hand is required to steer the nation away from disaster. The hand of Prince Michael. So, world tension needs to go up a bit before we can do that. We could fortify the borders. Probably don't need to do that just yet. We don't have enough spare industry to start fortifying just yet. We could revise the constitution. Okay, Carol II cannot be country leader, so we need to do this before we can do this. And for any of these, we need more mans in the field. So I think we're going to push down industry now. That's the smart thing to do. We're going to take agrarian reform. Agrarian Am I saying that right? Agrarian. Yeah, that's right. Our agrarian sector has ample room for improvement. Streamlining it and improving its efficiency will free up work for forces that can be employed in other sectors, such as construction and arms production. So this gives us a little reduction to our consumer goods, which is good because the king keeps making that go up. And we have 180 points. So we could change something. We could get an industrial concern. But I kind of feel like we could do with some mans. How's our logistics looking? Oh, we need a lot of equipment still. Of course. Okay, so how about we take like infantry equipment? Yeah, I think maybe infantry equipment, or get our industrial concern first. In fact, let's get an industrial. We're going to go Romlock. We're going to get Romlock as our industrial dealings. That'll give us a reduction on research in our industrial sector, which is good. We need a mighty economy. A whole bunch of factories. We don't have many yet. We have 0. Why? Oh my god. God damn you, King Carol. And we're trading for a lot of stuff, aren't we? I'm worried that if we get rid of the trade, it's just going to go back into consumer goods. Never mind, right. The games of the 11th Olympiad. The 11th Olympic Games were held in Berlin, Germany. Attended by athletes from 49 different nations across the world, the 1936 Summer Olympics are the first in history to have enjoyed limited live television coverage. The Games were a significant propaganda victory for the German regime, which spent lavishly on the event. German athletes saw the most success, winning 35 gold medals, or 33 gold medals, while Americans came in second with 24. 4 of these were won by Jesse Owens, the single most successful athlete in all of the games. Ooh. Well done, Jesse Owens. I hope you get a handshake, Jesse. Okay, so we've got rid of the goddamn effect from the king again, which means we can go back to building some factories. Good. The remilitarization of the Rhineland. Germany has stationed troops in the Rhineland territory, close to the French border, in clear violation of the Treaty of Versailles. The local population cheered to the German soldiers on, while the diplomatic reactions of the French and Britain have so far been muted. It is no more than the Germans walking into their own backyard, a political commentator in Britain observed. Worrying. Ooh. Hungary demands right to rearm. Citing the ever-worsening political situation in Europe and the complete failure of the League of Nations to stop this, Mikos Horthy has publicly announced that his government will seek the secure support of neighbouring nations to allow for a revision of the Treaty of Trianon. Without mentioning any territorial claims, Mikos discussed only the restrictions on the Hungarian military. A delegation from Hungary has arrived in our capital to secure a formal agreement to the Hungarian rearmament. Ooh. So we could either agree to the Hungarian rearmament or decline. You know what? We wanted to try and secure all these boys, get them on side. We need to be friends with all of our neighbours who aren't the German Reich or the Soviets. They must be allowed to defend themselves, as do we. And we have completed our agrarian reform. So now we can go on to Danubian transport network. Our transport capabilities alongside the Danube can be drastically improved upon, both by utilising the river itself and more efficiently the way it is connected to our road and rail networks. So we get some infrastructure in 3 regions. Splendid. Right, so concentrated industry is completed. So now we can get another technology. We are in November 36 still, so we are still quite limited. We We could maybe upgrade our aeroplanes, but I don't think we really got the industrial capacity to do that just yet. Maybe more support companies. We could go up and upgrade our tanks straight away. Ugh, messy. Yes, we are currently building some light tanks because we have a tank division. That's right. Yeah, that's good. So now we have light tanks in reserve, which would be these old French tanks. Actually, how much is a tank division in manpower? 3,500 manpower. We could probably make some tank divisions. It's probably not a bad move. We do need to start building some motorized though, which is a shame because we can't afford to build the motorized yet. So maybe we can't just yet on tanks, but we could just go for the next level of tank. I think we need something to be good, and I think good tanks is going to be good. I know we can license things, but I'm thinking for now we can only produce what we've got. So let's get some half decent tanks. Might help in our early advances, and maybe we end up licensing stuff like ships and planes instead. Oh my god, more decadence from the king. He throws a lavish party this time. Despite being vetted by the king himself, the official coverage of the recent feast at the royal palace has caused great public dissent. Oh, is this the same one? Is it another one? It's exactly the same problem as before. Oh god. Go on then. You threw another lavish party. You screwed our economy again for 90 days. Oh, bloody hell, we got... Was that 2 research complete then? Okay, so yeah, we finished the guns. Oh, we probably take an artillery upgrade. We need to make sure our artillery is always good. I think maybe we get better submarines, because we're not going to be able to build much of a navy, but the only navy I am probably going to be building is submarines, so we should probably make sure they are good. We can't change our economy type yet, which is a bit of a bummer. We could bring in conscription and get a few more men, but it's not necessarily worth it right now because we've still got a lot of equipment to make. So I think maybe we had a tank designer. So light tanks, slightly less reliable, but they got more armor. These are really good for building tank destroyers. Oh, we can't do that one yet. Has completed mobile tank destroyers. Let's get an infantry equipment specialist to make sure we always have the cutting edge guns. Maybe could have gone artillery there, actually, thinking about it, but I don't know. We've still got a lot of guns. Okay, so we've completed our transport network, improving infrastructure in part of our lovely nation. Oh no, we could do this. Oh my god, I was so stupid. The constitution must be rewritten to solidify the king's position as the nation's leader. Furthermore, dangerous far-right movements can be undermined by providing a safer alternative to the king's Sentinel of the Motherland youth organisation. So we get a political advisor. Oh no, he gains a trait. So we get all these things. So we get a political advisor, cost reduction, trade laws. Oh, all our laws go down. That's pretty damn good. And recruitable population goes up. Let's take this before we kill the king off. Because then we could actually we could go one way or the other. Oh, actually no, I mean, I noticed this earlier, look. They're not mutually exclusive, right? So we could go down one way and then flip the other way. Obviously, we are going to try and do Balkan dominance. try and get our own faction going. But for now, we can lull one of the major factions into thinking that we might side with them, and then not, and go our own way. And we need to get Hungary on side. They already like us a little bit, look. Bulgaria, they like us a little bit. They have got fascism on the rise there, though. As do Hungary. We need to catch up with those boys. Show them that we are also intent on going the same political way. Oh, so we have revised the constitution. The Anti-Comintern Pact. Germany proposes that we sign a pact recognising that the aim of the Communist International, known as the Communist International, known as the Comintern, is to disintegrate and subdue existing states by all means at its command. Convinced that the toleration of the interference by the Communist International in the internal affairs of nations not only endangers their internal peace and social well-being, but is also a menace to the peace of the world, desirous of cooperating in their defence against communist subversive activities. Do we join or do we refuse? I think we join. We don't agree with communism. And we no longer get the effects of supplementary budget again. This king, eh? So now we've completed this, revised the constitution, we could feasibly start to flip. We could gain a research slot, that's not bad, but I feel like we need to start our path towards one way or the other. We must abandon our principles and forge relations with whoever it would be more practical to do so with. Our survival depends on it. Ooh, so we can improve relations a lot cheaper than we could do with this. We normally wouldn't be able to. Got 200,000 men all of a sudden. Oh yeah. So we got lots of boys now. We want to wait till we're in a surplus until we've got all our boys on the field armed first, before we start churning any out. But that's very encouraging. That soon, very soon, the Romanian military will start to increase in size and power, and we'll begin to be able to strike out at the enemies around us. And maybe make our own pact, who knows. Okay, so we have now an advisor slot because they are a bit cheaper. So, I was going to go and change our volunteer to conscription, but we don't need to just yet. We can do early mobilization, which gives us some more factories, which is really good, and it massively takes off the penalty for building them. Usually I'll leapfrog this and we'll go straight into one of these, but our economy is pretty fragile at the minute, so I think we need to go early mobilization. That's freed up a few more factories for us. So we have completed our artillery upgrades. This is good. We're now in 37. So I think that we can do these. Get our construction improving furthermore. We have all eyes on Spain at the minute as well, because that war will finish very soon. There we go. The end of the Spanish Civil War. With the surrender of the last Republican strongholds, the Spanish Civil War has come to an end. The nationalists stand victorious, and a new era has begun for Spain. The war-torn country has suffered greatly in the fighting, and there is much rebuilding to be done. Interesting development. So Franco is victorious in Spain. The king has got another bloody scandal. Following rumours of corruption in the army's procurement process, the king has promised an impartial investigation into the matter. A preliminary report has been leaked to the press confirming that not only the rumours, but directly implicating the king's closest advisors in the matter. The entire affair has become an embarrassment to the government. The king demands action, but has declared his full support for the advisors in question. A signed contract is unimpeachable. So we gain embezzlement scandals, which Our factory output is massively reduced for 120 days. Or we could reform the process. We'll lose political power, and we take a hit on product efficiency growth for 90 days. Oh, it's a big decision, isn't it? I think we need to solidify the monarchy, even though we're going to maybe give a coup of the king at some point. Coup the king, change him because he's a dick. I think for now, we need to show that the state is always behind the monarch no matter what. Which is... sucks. Oh, we have just gone positive though on infantry equipment. We have the Hindenburg disaster. The German passenger airship Hindenburg was destroyed today while attempting to dock at the Lakehurst Naval Air Station in the United States, for reasons not yet determined. The airship was engulfed in flames and crashed to the ground, claiming 35 lives. Due to the scarcity and expense of helium, the US ban on exporting it, the Hindenburg, like all German passenger airships, was ultimately engineered to use hydrogen, which provides greater lift but is also flammable. With public faith shaken by the disaster and the rise of much faster passenger aircraft, this could spell the end of the era for airships. Oh, the humanity. Poland seeks Baltic cooperation. There is no outcome for us that does not risk yet more oppression of the Polish people. Following Poland's distancing from the international community, Polish politicians have been pursuing the ideas of power between the seas. While the hope is to create an alliance stretching from the Baltics to the Black Sea, their stated priority remains to reinforce their position against threatening influences, both to the east and west. To this end, Poland is seeking closer bonds with their neighbours in the Baltics. There is a new power in Europe. And we have completed flexible foreign policy. Flexible foreign policy. Poland has created the Mieczamor faction. That's my best pronunciation. And are they in it with anyone? There is no one in it yet, but I am assuming they will want to invite Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. And it'll be interesting to see if any of those go for it. We have a focus of our own now. So we can start to go one of three ways. So... yeah, I think we're going to go fascist-friendly government. And fight our main front against the Soviets. Which is a hard fight, but that's what we want. The future of Romania hinges on good relations with the up-and-coming fascist powers in the West. We must appoint a government that understands this reality. So we remove constitutional guarantees and secular. We modify our foreign policy by reducing the faction tension limit by 100%. So we might be able to make our own faction after this, actually. It changes popularity of fascist up by 35%. It grants us a political advisor available, a fascist demagogue who we'll want to go for. It does take a hit to our national unity, so we'll go back down to 60. We also gain an Axis-friendly government, so the opinions of the right goes up. We are treading a dark path, guys, but I fear it is the only one capable of sustaining Romanian supremacy. Oh, the Marco Polo Bridge incident. Japanese and Chinese forces have skirmished inconclusively over the strategic Marco Polo Bridge located southwest of Beijing. China has rejected Japan's demands for an apology and territorial concessions, claiming instead that the breaking point of Japanese aggression has been reached. Diplomats fear that this volatile situation could result in a war at any time. Interesting times indeed. Oh, and we've completed the R2. So, I don't think we need a heavy tank yet. We could maybe research radio, that's pretty handy. Adopting the inventions of amateur code radio operators and extending the use of FM radio will reduce radio intermittence and allow us to find new uses for radio technology. This improves our reinforce rate. And we are now producing old tanks, so let's switch to the new ones. We really need, let's put that there for now. Gives us 3 factories to start making some trucks. And that means we need resources, does it, eh? What do we need? Okay, so we can ease off on steel slightly. Get a factory back there. But we will need some rubber for the tyres, presumably. Close. Our submarines have been finished. Researching new submarines at least. Oh, I keep forgetting. Construction. We need to do improved machine tools. Turret lathes are proving indispensable for mass production. Ensuring efficient construction and the use of these lathes themselves will give us significant industrial advantage, giving us a production efficiency cap of plus 10%. Amateur mistake forgetting about that. So we were making some serbs, so let's upgrade that. We lose 105 days of production. Oh no, maybe not then. So let's put that down to 1. And then start our new subs underneath. I think that's right. And that's fine. Because we've nearly finished that sub, so there's no point losing a whole 108 days of production on a submarine. We've only got 7 ships as it is, that'll go up to 8 then. We've got 4 destroyers, 3 subs. Amelia Earhart circumnavigates the globe. The famous aviator Amelia Earhart, known to many as the Queen of the Air, has completed a flight around the world together with her navigator, Fred Noonan. After a brief scare when the pair temporarily got lost while approaching the Howland Island in the Pacific, the flight proceeded without incident, and this morning their Lockheed Electra touched down in Oakland, California. A ceremony is to be held in the White House next week, where Earhart is to be personally congratulated for her feat by the President. It's quite an achievement, if I do say so myself. Okay, so we can modify our government again. Oh, we're very close as well, look, to completing our focus. So, I think maybe taking another advisor. In fact, maybe we just... Actually, no, we're going to keep the points, because as soon as we finish this, we can appoint the fascist guy. We have got insufficient resources again, we need more steel again. This is like totally hammering our factories. So the more we trade, the less factories we have for building. So it is for trucks. Or is it the subs that are not getting it? Yeah, the subs are not getting the steel. You know what, let's just... It's okay. Our sub production's hampered a little bit due to lack of steel. But that's fine. Everything else can get built for now. You can mess around with the priorities of stuff. Oh, it's getting interesting. Following the Marco Polo Bridge incident, Japan has not let down their pressure on the Chinese border. In conjunction with aggression, Japanese rhetoric speaking of terrible retaliation of China's refusal to cooperate, a renewed war between Japan and China seems more likely by the day. The diplomatic situation will soon reach a boiling point, and Japan has expressed no interest in diffusing the situation. The conflict in China is worrying. Japan has declared war on China, and we have appointed an Axis-friendly government, and we can appoint Mikhail Sturza. Driven by a will to unite the people under a strong state, this politician emphasizes nationalist and militaristic rhetoric. Yes. So now we have 54% for fascist support already. That's lovely. We can take Iron Guard now. Oh, hang on. If I just go forward a second after the Japanese War... Oh no, the Japanese War still... has only put it up to 14%. Okay. Iron Guard. It is time to reconsider our policy concerning the Iron Guard. With our new government, the movement is now much more in line with our official standpoints. We could serve as an excellent tool to increase the nation's political stability. So, effect on partisans, division attack and defense, recruitable population goes up again. So we can get rid of the king this way. Yeah. Okay. Let's try and get politics done. We need to really focus on industry soon, though. Some of those industrial perks are going to be good. And straight away, look, we kind of didn't need to take that advisor, really. The rapidly growing Romanian fascist movements have never claimed that they need majority support before they seize power, counting on uniting the nation under the leadership once their rule is established. However, it seems their public support has grown rapidly. Many fascists are now calling for Carol II a hypocrite, claiming to represent the wishes of the people while turning a deaf ear to the masses who want to set the Kingdom of Romania on the path to greatness. The call for a referendum has been dismissed as typical attempts at disrupting the system by FRN members so far, but at least it's a political measure. If we do not act now, the fascists may soon choose violent struggle as a better path to power. If the people want it, we'll hold the referendum, god damn it. National elections will be held, and now we are legionary Romania. Oh, we are now Ioan Antonescu, and we are now mighty. Is there anyone we can create a faction with?
They were the talk of the town, and when the band was playing, that hesitation you could hear her saying, that some sensation and the people would stay till the break of